toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss.
Hey girl, hey, this is your girl Talisha back with another episode from Raw Woman Energy. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. I hope everything is going good with you and your family and your children and your loved ones. I hope everything is flowing nicely on your end. But today, before we dive into the topic, we are going to be discussing why you're not an angry mom. You're just an overstimulated one. How this topic resonates with feminine energy and how you can be able to control those out of nowhere outbursts. Because sometimes we have them and it's okay, but we're going to learn how to control unwanted outbursts and unwanted feelings of feeling like you just had enough. Okay, so before we start, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think about the channel. Let me know what you think about the podcast. And also previous podcasts that I have dropped, episodes that I have dropped previously this week and the week before. Okay, so we're going to dive into 9 key points. The first key point that we're going to dive in is reframe the narrative. You are not the problem, okay? You are a good mother. You're doing the best you can. And it's okay to sometimes feel like you are not, but don't get stuck in it because you are doing the best you can. And you are a beautiful mother and you are doing a beautiful job because motherhood is a beautiful thing. And no one gave us instructions. We just had to learn them on our own, even for us who did not have the role model in our home to begin with. So anger in motherhood is often misnamed overstimulation. With me being a single mother, everything is chaotic. Everything is always out of place. I'm always trying to figure out things. I'm always trying to move accordingly. I'm always trying to make sure that I am keeping up with my children. But trust me, in those moments, sometimes I do feel overstimulated. So, what do I do when I feel overstimulated, and how can this help you move forward with overstimulation? We are going to reframe the narrative. You're not the problem, and you're not overstimulated because you think you are the problem. You're just overstimulated with things that drives motherhood. Your children are not listening. You have to be at this place and that place at the same time, and you have to choose. Bills are due. Field trips need to be paid for. Kids are hungry. Shoes need to be bought. Clothes need to be bought. Some kid just broke the tablet. They want to use your phone. Overstimulation. You are not the problem, love. Motherhood is just motherhood. And when you learn to just go with just being happy, go with the flow, and allowing motherhood to just flow, trust me, overstimulation will no longer be your problem. How are we going to do this? We first are going to check our nerves, okay? When things seem to pop up out of nowhere and you are in this space to where you feel overstimulated, you are in this space to where you can't figure out what is your next move. I want you to pause and I want you to breathe before you react, because pausing and breathing gives your nervous system the okay to relax in a chaotic situation. because your nerves are trained to react chaotically in chaotic situations. If you are in a space to where everything seems to be overstimulating and everything seems to be draining you and causing you to be misled to anger because your nerves can't take it anymore, I want you to pause, and then I want you to breathe, and I want you to remove yourself from the situation. They are okay. Trust me. Give them the advantage. Give them the chance to figure it out for themselves. Mommy, she broke my tablet. Mommy, I have a paper due. Mommy, I need this for a project. Mommy, I thought you were going to do this. And they're coming at you full force, no breath, no pause, no excuse me, no thank you, no mother may I. They are just hitting it at you left to right. Bills are on the counter. Your job is ringing your phone. Step away. Because that is overstimulation. That is too much for one person. Step away. Let them bills sit on the counter for at least 30 to 45 minutes. Let your children figure it out. Give yourself time to breathe. Step on the porch. Go in your car. Go for a walk. Shut your door. Go in your room. Shut your closet. Do whatever it takes for you to step away, to pause, and to breathe. Because many moms internalize shame instead of recognize the nervous system overload. We feel guilty too much for the problems that we do not always have the answer to. We feel guilty when we do not have a solution. We feel guilty when we don't have the funds. We feel guilty for saying no. We put shame on ourselves when things seem to go out of spiral and everyone's looking at us for an answer and we just don't have it. And we feel like we have to always have the answer for everything. And I am telling you, no. They can figure it out themselves. Because at the end of the day, you are still a person. You're not just mommy. You're not just the employee. You're not just the wife. You are still a person of self. You're still a person that has to figure out what you want and what you need and what makes you happy. And you still need to breathe. You still have to make sure that you have to be okay for other little human beings that are selfish, that don't know the right thing all the time, that don't care all the time, that is nonchalant with hardly any emotions to give. And you still have to show up and be present for these little ungrateful things that are walking around all the time with their hand out and their mouth open and their belly full and still saying, I am hungry. Step away and find a happy place to close yourself in so that you can pause and so that you can breathe, so that you can figure out what you need to do for you so that you can be better for them. You're not a bad mom. They try to say you're a bad mom. It means your body needs regulation. You're not a bad mom. Your body just needs regulation. Your nervous system needs to be checked. You're not a bad mom. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not doing it wrong. You're being a mother the best way that you know how. If you had a role model, that's good. But if you didn't and you're out here and you're trying to have all the answers, love, I'm here to tell you, we don't. We don't have all the answers, and some of the answers that we have, we make them up. You're not a bad mom and you're not doing anything wrong. You just need to regulate your system. That is it. Stop trying to feel like you have to be the only one with all of the answers. Sometimes let them figure it out themselves. And if you look crazy in the process of saying, figure it out. Mom, my show is on. I'm finna go watch my show. But mom, figure it out. Let them figure it out. Because at the end of the day, they're going to have to learn how to. Number 2, overstimulation actually looks like constant noise, touching, questions, demands, no mental quiet, no physical space, no emotional pause, feeling irritated by small things, wanting to escape, shut down, or explode. We just went over all of this in the first one. You're not a bad mom. Your nervous system is just overstimulated, but we're going to rewrite it. We're going to rewrite the narrative by doing the one thing that a lot of us are scared to do, and that is take time for ourselves. For me, it is hard to find a babysitter. I do this on my own 24/7, but you know what I do? I walk away. I shut my door. I find peace and I take time for myself as much as I can so that I can be able to give to them the right, proper version of myself, the best parts of myself. Because walking around overstimulated, walking around as if like nothing's bothering you when it is a reason for your nervous system to shut down. And I have been there. With my youngest son, I was in a space of postpartum depression. And I had no one to call on. I had no one to talk to this about because I felt shameful about having to deal with something that I had no clue about and still had to raise my children. And I felt shame based on the thoughts that I was having, the space that I was in mentally, because I'm like, I'm a mother. I'm not supposed to feel like this. I'm not supposed to be thinking like this, but screw that. This is what's happening. And I had to take time for myself. I had to go to the hospital. I had to sit with myself for so many days. And I had to say to myself, this is not me. This is what I did not picture motherhood as. When I was a kid, I pictured mommy, daddy, white picket fence, beautiful small dog in the backyard in the house, and a big husky in the backyard, and a boy and a girl, and smiles like the little commercials you see on TV. That's what I dreamt of when I was a kid, and the mom was always walking around with a smile on her face. But my reality was not that. My reality ended up being a cheating man, women, ended up being postpartum depression, ended up being the projects, ended up being on Section A, ended up being all of these things that I did not dream of. But I had to rewrite the narrative. I had to change the lifestyle that I was living by first changing my view, by first changing my mental, by first saying to myself, I have to come out of something that I did not picture as happiness. I had to step into my feminine energy and reclaim it back after it was stolen from people and from a man that did not know better by his actions. I had to take it back. I had to find me all over again. And a lot of us mothers are not walking in our feminine energy because we're too busy trying to make sure that everyone aside from ourselves is happy. But you are not happy because you are not receiving everything you need to receive in order for you to be the best mother and the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Because your intuition is turned off, your ears are turned off from yourself. Your mental thoughts is turned off for yourself and it is catering to everything else surrounding you, everything else that is outside of you instead of what is in you. You are not a bad mom. You're just overstimulated, and your overstimulation needs to be regulated. Your nervous system needs to first heal. Your nervous system needs to be checked. Your nervous system needs to be calm. And you have to first start with yourself. And if you got to remove yourself, if you got to go on that vacation, if you got to go in that closet and sit for some hours, if you got to tell them kids, go fix your own dinner, go fix your own lunch, go make your own sandwiches. If you have to tell yourself that, then tell them it's okay. Because they you can't take care of anyone if you're not taking care of yourself. They'll be all right. Your nervous system is on high alert all day. When does it have time to breathe, to relax? I'm gonna take a sip of something to drink. Hold on. When does it have time to just simply relax? It needs to relax. Step 3, the feminine nervous system needs softness plus rhythm. Feminine energy thrives in flow, slowness, and safety. Your nervous system is not in safety because you're not even in tuned into yourself. You're too busy making sure that the children are always okay. Them children would be okay. If he fall off the bed, girl, he gonna bounce back. If he fall and scrape his knee, he is okay. It's okay. Feminine energy thrives in flow, slowness, and safety. Us mothers is constantly moving. We're all over the place. We got to run to this recital. We have to go pick them up for school. They have this practice. We have to make sure we get home and feed them. You have to be at work at a certain time. We're always moving fast. Women aren't supposed to move fast. Our nervous system is designed to be graceful. It's designed to flow with time, not beat it. We are supposed to flow with time, flow with nature in itself. And we're too busy trying to keep up with something that we don't have the business on keeping up with. We're moving too fast. We're forgetting everything. You get to the recital and you look in your purse and you done forgot the ticket. Why? You was moving too fast, and where is that? On the kitchen counter, right next to Timmy's sippy cup. We are moving too fast. And then we are looked at as if like, is she okay? Does she have everything? Does she have everything together? Like, does she need some help? Like, how she forget a sippy cup? What do you mean? What do you mean? How did I forget it? I'm moving too fast. I'm not supposed to be moving this fast. What do you mean? How did I forget that the recital was at 3 and I got here at 4? What do you mean? We're too busy trying to keep up with everything and we're not keeping up with ourselves. Motherhood often forces women into survival, which is masculine mode. We always feel like we have to survive the word motherhood, as if like motherhood is a entity that is designed to break women. As if motherhood is an entity that lives and thrives off seeing women fail. Why do we feel like we are competing with our natural ability? Motherhood is our natural ability to be a mother. So, why do we feel like we're in competition with it? How is that even possible? How is it possible for us women to feel like motherhood is a judgment call upon mothers when motherhood is simply women? And we feel like we are going up against it every single time we wake up in the morning and we have to get the day started for these children. Motherhood is not competition. Motherhood is you. Motherhood is a natural state of feminism. We do not have to be in survival mode when we can just simply exist in it by simply just allowing ourselves to be in a state to where our nervous system is calm, to where we're not overthinking anything when it comes down to raising our children. It comes with natural instinct. It comes with the natural ability to lead, because feminism is leadership, because we are leading these children into better and greater lives. We should not feel like we're in competition with our own natural ability. But why are they making it harder for women to feel graceful in a term that creates and exists women? They're disconnected from rest and receptivity. We are disconnected from rest and receptivity. How much sleep are you getting? And how much are you receiving? You're giving too much. You are giving too much and you are not receiving. You're giving to that man too much. He wants his dinner on the table at a certain time. He wants the kids fed and bathed. He's not trying to give you that balance that you need. He's not trying to be there with you and make sure that everything is flowing the way that it's supposed to be flowing, because he feels like he's the man and he's doing everything he should be doing. So do your part. No. Receive what you are supposed to receive by taking time to rest. It's okay to go to bed. It's okay to sleep in past 8. It's okay if you feel like 8 o'clock is too early, go to bed. Go back to bed. If you don't feel like getting them kids up and going to school, don't do it. Am I telling you to fail? No. I'm telling you, do what's best for you. Because who wrote the rules anyway? Who made the stupidest rule of if your child misses 3 days of school, they get a truancy? Screw that. Do what's best for you. Take some time to rest. Don't always be on go. If you do drop them kids off, take time for yourself. Call out of work. Go lay down. Go rest. Go get you some good sleep and then wake up and you're ready to tackle the day. Why wouldn't you want to feel rejuvenated? Why wouldn't you want to feel like you can get up and tackle the world? Why are you getting up and you're dragging? Because you didn't get enough sleep last night, because that baby caught a fever and kept you up all night, and now you have to get the kids up and take them to school, and then you have to go to work. You got to find somebody to watch your sick child, and then you get off work and then your baby is still running a fever, and then you got to pick the kids up from school, and you got to put dinner on the table, and then you got to make sure that, no, that is a lot. Breathe. Figure out what you need to do. And if they don't appreciate it, then you know your next move. And it is hard. And it is okay to be in a space where you just have to figure out what is next. Because, baby, I done been there. To where I had to figure out, well, this ain't for me, so what is next? It's okay to have to figure out what's next. Because what's next can be your great decision. What's next can be your greatest move. Why you react instead of respond. This is number 4. When overstimulated, your body chooses fight or flight. Your body wants to fight. You want to be angry. You want to be mad. You want to be in a space where you're yelling and you're snapping in a stress response, not a character flaw. Your brain cannot access patience anymore. When the nervous system is overloaded, you become overloaded. You are overloaded. Your children are screaming and hollering. You're like, be quiet. And you're like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Now you feel guilty and you feel bad because you're overstimulated. You're driving that minivan with them children in the back seat and they're screaming and they're yelling, and all you want to do is listen to your music on the radio and drive home and sing and be happy, but you can't because they want to watch something on the TV screen. So you pull down the little TV thing in the back and you pop in some CD and they back there laughing and hollering. They ain't even watching it and they fighting. And you got your teenager in the back with their headphones on, not caring about life right now. And you got bills and you trying to figure out what you're going to cook. And life is just not life and in the way that you thought life would be life and in. And you pass by your neighbor's house and she come out all flowy and she looks like life is just great to her. Meanwhile, you take your baby out of the car seat and she throws up on you because she got a tummy ache and now she's screaming, hollering, and you look a mess and you don't want to speak to her because she looks really good and you look like a mom that just stepped out of I'm about to say a cuss word. Out of Who Did It magazine, and you're just like, How did she do it? Her nervous system is not in fight. It's not in flight. It don't want to take off. It's present. She is in her feminine energy, and baby, she's not worried. Regulation comes from discipline. You have to discipline yourself like you discipline them kids, that you come first. Because if you don't come first, you come second, which means them kids comes first, which means your nervous system is waiting for you to attend to it. And you can't get to yourself as quickly as you can get to them kids because you have now put yourself at the bottom of the barrel because you have put them kids at the top of the list, which is insane. You gave them kids life. They didn't give it to you. They may have gave you a reason to keep going, but you brought them in this world, and to keep them here, you have to first take care of yourself. And I had to learn it the hard way. So I'm speaking from experience. I had to learn the hard way by trying to please everyone else instead of myself. I say shut my door real quick. Go figure it out. Go fix yourself some noodles or a sandwich until I get up and fix you something to eat. Go watch a movie. Go do your work. If you can't figure it out, look it up. If looking it up don't figure out, then you come to me. Let me be the last resort. Try your best to figure it out before you call my name. Because when you get grown, you're not going to be able to call me all the time. Because mommy's not going to always be able to answer. So you're going to have to figure out a solution on your own. It's best that you teach them that early versus you wait till they get grown and they have to figure it out and make countless amount of mistakes. And then you still feel like a bad parent. There's no way. Children feels nervous system energy, not just words. Children thrive off of energy. Children know when something is wrong versus you speaking it. Because words do not outweigh your energy. I can tell you I'm fine and you're going to be like, girl, no, you ain't. What's wrong? Because you can check my energy. I can say, girl, I'm okay. No, you're not. What's going on here? If you can detect that your friend has a problem, your child can detect if you have one. Kids mirror your emotional state. So if you are not there emotionally with your energy, your children are going to disconnect and be the same way and give you what you're giving them. They're going to always be yelling at you. They're going to always be frustrated with you because they're mirroring your energy. If you are not always present, they're not going to want to be present with you. If you don't have an I don't care attitude, they're going to have an I don't care attitude with you. An overstimulated parent often creates dysregulation in children. That's why little Timmy grew up cutting all his hair off and making bad choices. Because your nervous system was not regulated enough for you to stop, pause, breathe, and address the situation with grace and address the situation with motherly instinct for your child to be able to receive it and feed off of that. But instead, you gave him dysregulated energy because your emotional state is not regulated because you're overstimulated by what your life is giving and what your children is giving because you don't want to first heal your nervous system and you keep moving off of your dysregulated nervous system. And your children are mirroring it. Calm isn't taught, it's transmitted. You can teach your child all day, be calm, but they're never going to receive it if they don't see you being calm. So in order for you to teach your children how to be calm, you have to first approach your children in a calm state. And the only way you can approach your child with a calm state is to first calm your nervous system. It all begins with your nerves because your nerves is a receiver. Your nerves receives. If your nerves aren't receiving, whatever it is that your nerves is receiving, it projects it back out. So you have to take time to honor and heal and repair what your nerves go through. Because if you don't repair it, it's going to keep continuing to build and it's going to feel overstimulated. Your calm presence isn't the lesson. Your calm presence I'm going to say is, not isn't, is the lesson. What you give is what you get. That is real. What you give is what you get. You are a mirror to your children. Whatever they see is what they become, unless they choose to heal their nervous system. Number 6, gentle ways to reduce overstimulation, not perfection. We're not perfect. We're just doing it the way that we know how. We're going to lower background noises, which is the TV, your phone, your constant input. We're going to build tiny pauses into your day. 2 to 5 minutes of silence. Just giving yourself that break, giving yourself that moment. Say to yourself, I need a moment without guilt. Because we all need a moment. And we're going to breathe before we respond, even once in a win. We're going to breathe before we respond. Small shifts create safety. Your body, your nervous system, with doing these points, is going to say, okay, I trust her enough to know that we're going to be okay. We're going to respond the way that we're supposed to respond. We're going to check how we're doing after we go through this. She's going to check in with herself and she's going to say, hey, I'm okay. We just had a bit of a moment, but we'll be all right. She's not going to let it pile up. She's not going to let it, keep building and building up until one day we just explode and the children are looking at us like, what's wrong with mom? She's going to make sure things are going good. Okay, we can sit back. We can trust her a little bit more now. Then you build that trust within yourself. And your body is starting to receive everything that you're doing. And you start to create that connection within yourself. You start to create that safety within yourself, that trust within yourself. Because now your body is now trusting that you are going to now start checking in with it instead of disregarding yourself because today was just not the day. Number 7, releasing mom guilt around needing space. We're going to say, hey, needing space does not mean you don't love your children. You love them, but you love yourself too. Rest is not selfish. It's regulation. It's okay to sleep past 8 like we talked about. It's okay. It's okay to go to bed early. It's okay to take a nap. It's okay. A regulated mother raises regulated children. We discussed that. Let's keep giving that. Let's keep doing that. Your needs matter too. It's okay to need something. It's okay to receive without feeling guilty. Number 8, feminine energy is calm leadership, not control. You don't have to be loud to be authoritative. You can still talk gracefully and your children understand exactly what you're saying. Especially if you're coming from a place where your nervous system is calm. Children start out learning from calmness. Children grow into learning from aggression. Softness is strength in motherhood. We don't have to be masculine. That's not our job. Slowing down creates more cooperation than force. You're not going to leave that recital ticket or Timmy sippy cup on the counter because you're moving at a pace where you can ask yourself, okay, I have everything. I double checked and you're on time. I want to leave you with affirmations. I am not angry. I am learning to regulate. My nervous system deserves care. I lead my home with calm and compassion. I want you to remember this, and then we're going to close out. Healing motherhood is a journey, not a destination. Awareness is already growth, and you are doing better than you think. Please choose grace over guilt. And that's my cue. This is your girl, Talisha, with Raw Woman Energy. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And choose you first before you choose them kids, because choosing yourself allows you to do better and be better for your children. All right, girl. Bye.